What's up everyone, I am Prizmere and today I've got some game-changing news for you. I'm a bit late to the party due to working on my last video, but Bethesda has confirmed on their livestream for a few days ago that you will be able to play as a ghoul in 2025. But before doing this, you will need to be level 50 and you will have to complete a quest. If you choose to become a ghoul, you can revert back to a regular smooth skin, as one would say. However that works, we don't know. So being a ghoul seems to bring positives and negatives. The Brotherhood of Steel and some NPCs won't work with you, meaning that you can't do certain quests. Now, there was a mention on the livestream that you could somehow disguise yourself. I would assume by putting an outfit on, or maybe wearing power armor. Now let's move on to some of the interesting stuff here. You will have a new meter instead of hunger and hydration. And this meter is going to be based on radiation, so that basically means that radiation is now your friend. There are definitely a couple of questions that this brings up, because we are losing our hunger and hydration bars. There was a mention in the stream that we don't need to eat or drink, but I wonder how that is going to impact the benefits that we get from being fully fed and fully hydrated, for example. There are also some perk cards related to hunger and hydration. How is all that going to work? And maybe more importantly, how is Overeater going to work? How is Unyielding going to work? Because now radiation has its own bar, it doesn't go on your HP anymore. At least I don't think it does. So maybe playing a bloodied build is not going to be viable if you are a ghoul. I'm not saying it's good or bad, it's just different. Then there is also a question about radiation resistance, because ghouls want radiation. So maybe using power armor or other types of armor like Secret Service that have high radiation resistance aren't a good idea. At the same time, maybe using one of the new perk cards, Breathe It In, to counteract some of this is going to be viable, as it reduces your radiation resistance. Apart from that, you can also become glowing, which it seems to bring some benefits, but we don't know exactly what. Then there is becoming a feral, so you can become a feral ghoul, which is going to increase your melee damage. But I would assume being a feral also brings some negatives in some way. But this one is really interesting because it will increase melee damage, though we don't know to what extent. That might have really good synergy with a melee build. So maybe it's somehow going to overtake being a bloodied melee build, for example. That would be sick. Alright, so now to the perks. There are a lot of perk cards on screen here, and some of them we could make some assumptions with, but let's just take what we see. So the first one, Bone Shatter, 40% chance to cripple a limb at 2-star. I would assume it goes 20, 40, 60 with your melee attacks. Certainly useful if you want to cripple limbs. Breathe It In, as I went over before. Glowing Gut, I guess as an alternative way, maybe a main way, I don't know, but certainly a way to manage your radiation. United Ordeal, giving you an additional 2 special at rank 2. I would assume this goes up to 3 at rank 3. When you're in a party with another ghoul character, 3 extra special basically for free, well, for 3 points in charisma. Probably still worth it, not bad. Then we got Glowing One, a 1 rank, 7 cost per card. That is an insanely high price for 1 per card. You passively provide glows to nearby player ghouls in your party when you are highly radiated. Again, we don't know exactly what benefits having the glows actually gives, but I would assume, considering it's a 7-point cost per card, that it's probably going to be quite good. There's a lot of assumptions going on here, but what else can we do, right? Now, moving on to the next one, Brick Wall, 1 cost, 1 rank per card. You're now immune to staggering. This one is huge, especially if you're gonna play as a melee build. This one alone, one of the best perk cards that I've seen so far. And they show a prime example here on the Ultrasight Titan, where the ghoul does not get staggered by the Ultrasight Titan, which is very annoying if you've ever killed it. Then we've got Radiation Power. So this one is interesting. Expend a small amount of glow per hit to deal 10% bonus damage to target. This one is going to be hit or miss, depending on if it's additive or if it's multiplicative. We want multiplicative. At that point, it might be worth using. If it's additive, I would probably not use this card. But again, it does depend on what the glow actually gives us in terms of benefits. And the last card, Battle Genes. While in combat, gain 1 HP per second. So imagine you've taken 50 points of health in damage. With this card, it would take you an entire 50 seconds to get up to full again. 50 seconds in combat, a lot can happen during that time. Stim packs would be infinitely more efficient. Also, I wonder if they're gonna work with ghouls. I mean, surely they're gonna do that, right? Anyway, point being, this is taking way too long. Just not a good card. So yeah, that's it for this news, really. Should be interesting to see what the Ghoul brings to the table. Maybe a meta shift in some way, hopefully. Obviously, there were other things in the official Fallout livestream. I will put that link in the description as well in case you want to check that out. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hope I was able to enlighten you about this entire Ghoul situation. So if you did find it helpful in some way, or if you liked the video, make sure to thumbs it up and comment something. And subscribe if you want to see similar content in the future. I'll see you around next time.